The red light zone. Yes, I know, it's a bit misleading, isn't it? I'm sorry if you picked up this book thinking it was an edgy exposé of Amsterdam brothels, Edinburgh massage parlours, or Lochwinnock tea rooms. We've all heard the stories. But no, it's all about radio, which is sexy in its own way, of course. Just be thankful that we didn't follow through with the original idea we had for the front cover. I was to be photographed in a miniskirt, leaning into a car window as I tried to persuade some hapless punter to change the station on his radio and try a bit of hardcore current affairs or a quickie comedy sketch. I'm not saying those photographs don't exist. I'm just saying there are ideas you have after a few drinks, and they don't always seem so brilliant when you see the prints. We'd mulled over other titles for this book. I reminded my friend and former Radio Scotland presenter Tom Morton that he'd once suggested that any memoir of BBC Scotland should be entitled Up Auntie's Kilt. He had no memory of this, but he gave me permission to steal it. I fell in love with this title for a few weeks, but then dumped it, on the grounds that no one I'd worked with had ever referred to the BBC as Auntie. That term of endearment only ever appears in newspaper articles written by the kind of reporters who also describe scientists as boffins and who still say www when recommending a website. Next, we considered A Head for Radio, thinking it would be a neat wordplay on my former job title as Head of Radio at BBC Scotland, as well as alluding to some vague psychological angle. In the end, though, it sounded too much like one of those BBC policy documents from the 1970s. A Head for Radio, public broadcasting for the 20th century. So it's the red light zone, because much of my career has been spent in soundproof studios where the red light signifies a live microphone and a reminder not to cough, sneeze, swear or blurt out any honest thoughts about the government, opposition parties, Ofcom, the BBC Director General, awards committees, football teams and accordionists. Now that I'm no longer one of Auntie's nephews, the red light is off, and I can say what I like about all of those things. The only snag is that after 25 years at the BBC, I've become conditioned to holding my tongue. And this came home to me after I announced my departure plans, and a friend invited me to join his particular political party and maybe stand for election. Trouble is, I told him, I've worked for the BBC for so long, and I don't know what my opinions are anymore. That needn't be a problem, he assured me. We can supply the opinions. Ah, so that's how it works. In the meantime, let me tell you how I sold my body and mind to broadcasting, and about the people I met, the places I visited, and the programmes we made. Friends have asked, is this going to be one of those kiss and tell memoirs? But I don't think my air-kissing encounters with lovies justifies that description. However, there were lots of laughs, so maybe laugh and tell is more appropriate. There are also movie stars, one car chase, and some nudity. Not much sex, though. Again, sorry about that.